Hi, my name is Chloe Ira S. Amosin, and I'm taking up AB Mass Communication in AMA Online Education University. And this is my course project, my podcast about the social dilemma. When we speak about social, what comes first into your mind? Well, as for me, social for me is like talking to people, meeting new friends, having gatherings and such. But in terms of social, in the technology world, we are talking about social media. And for me, social media helped a lot of people, especially when you try to meet different kinds of culture, different kinds of people, and making new friends through the internet. In social media, you will see and stumble upon a lot of social trends. I'm talking about things that you will see on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and other social media apps. You will stumble upon a lot of things that would get or catch your eye. In terms of politics, politicians nowadays use the internet to spread their campaign, and they also tell the people about their plans for the country. And the internet is becoming more vulnerable for people to see what their plans are for the country if ever they win. It is also a place for the people to choose which candidate they wanted to lead the country or their country. But there are also downsides when it comes to the social media or the internet world, one of which is the fake news that are spreading really, really fast. And a lot of people, most of the people actually believes on the fake news because it seemed like fake news make it seem like whatever they're saying or whatever they are saying or stated on the internet are true. But honestly, most of them aren't. And people get really, really persuaded in that kind of things. And especially when it comes to those fake news that we say. I would also like to point out the cyberbullying. That is one of the biggest downside of the internet. People nowadays get or tend to say whatever they wanted to say, post whatever they wanted to post, and like bring down some people that aren't strong enough to speak up for themselves on the internet or in social media. So cyberbullying is a really, really a bad thing that happened in social media, but you cannot actually stop it because social media is growing really, really fast and it's getting more advanced. It is making the lives of the people a lot more easier than before, but it is also ruining the lives of the other kids, especially the teens that are in social media all the time. So social media did really have a big impact in this generation. I mean, compared to before, it was really, really hard for us to communicate or to connect to people, especially from people who are really far away or lives miles away from where we are right now. It made a lot easier. Lives made a lot easier when the internet came and when social media was made. But it is also a really, really dangerous place to be in or to live in. It's because that based on the film that I have seen, the things that you do in social media are being monitored. So even if you delete something on social media, doesn't necessarily mean that it was deleted in every platform or in everything, because it probably means that when you post something, the data would stay there even if you delete it. So it's actually more or like dangerous place for us to live in as well. But in terms of the great things that social media made or the internet made, yes, it made a lot more easier to live in somehow. So the 5 things that I actually learned about from the documentary is actually learning that social media can really reach people even if you're really far away. This actually applies in terms of the news, messages, or texting people from around the globe, the social trends in terms of fashion, food, and also it became the biggest source of advertisement. People in the internet or people nowadays use the internet to advertise whatever they want to advertise. It is the biggest source of advertisement for everything, may it be for food, for fashion, for a hotel, even politicians use the internet or social media to get the word out. So social media is the biggest tool for everybody to be seen and to learn a lot of things. Social media now is actually the biggest source of income nowadays, especially now with that we have a lot of influencers, Instagram influencers, Facebook influencers, Twitter, or whatever. In every platform, there is an influencer. So there's this thing that you get paid with just one Instagram post, one Facebook post, one Twitter post. You get a lot of money. There's this one quote that stuck into my mind in the film, and it says, if you are not paying for the product, then you are the product. Basically, we are the product in terms of using the social media apps. People behind those apps gain a lot of money from us using the app and how many times we use it and how long we use it. They actually are gaining a lot of profit from it. So, based on how I understood the quote, that's what it meant. If you are not paying for the product, then you are the product. We are the product because even if we don't order or buy anything from an app or from them on this social media app, they are still gaining stuff because of how long or how much we use it or how much we use the internet or the social media app. One key point that I wanted to point out in the documentary that needs to have a lot of discussion is about the data. Some people thought that if they delete something in social media or post something on social media and decided to just remove it, they thought that it's completely deleted from everything. But what they don't know, based on what I watched in The Social Dilemma, is that even if you delete something on the internet or on your feed or on your phone, doesn't necessarily mean that it is deleted into everything. So for me, it is kind of like, it needs a lot of discussion about it. For me, it's kind of like a really dangerous place because it is basically touching the privacy of the person. So that point is actually what I wanted to have a discussion about, because it seems like it's a really, really dangerous thing to do, especially for the people who thought that if they deleted something in social media, they thought it's completely deleted, but it is not. The data or the motherboard or the person behind that knows whatever you post, knows whatever you say, knows whatever or whenever you delete something or whatever you want to see, or you know what I mean? So in this generation, social media really did help a lot of people, but at the same time, I feel like it is also invading the privacy of each one of us, because we are not the only one who knows about what we are doing. Basically, a lot of people behind that social app or the internet, behind the internet, knows whatever we are doing or what we are doing, because it is a social media. And like I said, going back, when we try to delete something or post something, everybody behind the phone or behind that app knows what we are doing. So I believe that this needs a lot of discussion and analyzation in terms of invading the privacy of the person or of the people using the internet. Once again, my name is Chloe Ira S. Amosin, taking up AB Mass Communication in AMA Online Education University. This is my podcast about the social dilemma.